went off, drove around Europe quite a lot, and that was wonderful, and people were really welcoming and, you know, open arms, and they loved it. They loved the children, give you food, and, you know, yes, stay here, and that was wonderful. And then we came back here, and it was just after the foot and mouth thing had happened and the criminal justice bill had gone through, and everything had sort of changed. There weren't people who could go park with again, meet up here. That had all depleted, and any sites that did still exist were completely packed and closed off to everybody else. So you'd end up living on your own, and we had windows put through in the bus, and we had quite a lot of attacks from people, and it just got dangerous, really. So we sort of travelled, we still carried on travelling, we still went off places and worked the festivals for years, so we still had sort of that kind of thing, and we still met up with friends we'd lived with for a long time, but the actual travelling lifestyle just went, for me anyway. I can't see. It's not like it was anymore. It was amazing when we all travelled in family groups and saw different places, went all over Europe, all over Britain, saw, you know, parked in the most beautiful places, and I don't know, it got harder and harder around 20 years ago, the criminal justice bill going through. It meant that you couldn't park with more than 3 vehicles, and different police forces and councils enacted it in different ways. I've been on sites where people have come in and they've counted the bikes as wheels on the ground as a vehicle. Or, you know, it depends how... It gave them the permission and the power to be able to move people when they didn't really. Moving around wasn't the same, and you couldn't live in groups of more than 3 vehicles, and that was difficult when you're bringing up a family and you need support, and there's a few of you, you know, so... It just got harder and harder. It stopped you being able to sort of pull up. They'd come and ask you to move straight away rather than letting you have a bit of time and settle in and do shopping and your laundry and get water or whatever. There were times where we just couldn't stop. We'd have to keep on moving, and it's just, you can't live like that. That's tiring. And we were all so worried. We were all so worried about where it might go and why, you know, it's quite draconian laws. And so we all got quite involved in protesting. And I made a bus out of ripstop. You know what ripstop is, like kite material. And it took about 10 people inside it with windows, you could see. And I made a ripstop police car, and everybody dressed up in sort of situ, and we took it to protests in London, and we'd all run around and we'd stop and put the kettle on and try and sort out the kids and really enact what it was like and what was happening, and then somebody else would come along in the police wagon and go, no, move on. A lot of people didn't really know what we were doing. We'd have to explain it to them. But we just felt like we've got to say something. We've got to try and protect this way of life because we love it. We don't want to stop travelling. This is what we do, you know. So we all became activists, really. And then we set up FFT and did a lot more proper supporting people.